Galatians 3:27. For all of you who were baptized into Christ have clothed yourself with Christ. This verse has had the biggest impact on my decision to witness in the waters of baptism. When it says so directly here that when you take part in this act of baptism, you're clothing yourself with Christ. And that really got a hold of me, because clothing yourself with Christ it's pretty direct. I don't know how to explain that, but it's such an honor and privilege to be clothed with Christ. This brings to my attention the passage in Genesis where Adam and Eve first sinned, and they were ashamed before God, and their nakedness was revealed to them, and they tried to cover themselves with fig leaves, but it didn't work. God himself had to come, and God had to give them the clothes which he had made, and then they were completely clothed. In a way, I'm Adam and Eve here. I tried to clothe myself with my good works, with my good appearance, my good behavior, but that didn't define me. It didn't clothe me enough. I was born into a Christian family, as you probably already know. My parents both went through their own journey before they had me, and then I was born. And as I grew, they would take me to church every Sunday, and one fateful Sunday in 2010, I was like 5-6 years old, and my Sunday school teacher had just been had been telling us about the cross and what Jesus did on the cross in simple words so that we would understand. And my little heart was convicted that day, and I went home and I sat down and I prayed. And I didn't tell anybody. My mom didn't know, my dad didn't know. I still don't know if they know that I did that. But I didn't think of sharing it with anyone. There was no real turning point in my life because I was born into a Christian family. Things have been pretty, for lack of a better term, monotonous till now. But I noticed that when I accepted him into my life, even at such a young age, my life changed. Slowly, but surely, it started to change. I actually was thinking, when the date of the baptism was confirmed, when we finally decided November 27th, I was thinking, oh no, now I have to give a testimony. What am I going to say? I'm going to have to get up on stage in front of everybody, and what am I going to say about my life? I've only lived like 16 years. Well, like, there's nothing great that happened. I'm just your average teenager. But I was talking to my mom about that, and I was like, Mom, what am I going to say? My life is so boring. And she said, it's not, a testimony doesn't have to be like a breaking news story on the front page of the newspaper. That's not what a testimony is. A testimony is telling people what God has done in your life. And you may think it is small, but any change in your life is big in heaven. Because that day when I prayed in 2010, the angels were rejoicing in heaven. And there was a celebration in heaven over one small sinner. Even though I was born into a Christian family, I really have no reason to be standing here today. It's by God's grace and your prayers that I'm here today. Because so many kids So many people are born into Christian families, and you see they have completely detached themselves from the Christian faith. They have forgotten God. But if I'm here in front of you today, it's by God's goodness and God's grace and all your good words. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why He chose me. But He chose me, and I'm so thankful for that. And He has a beautiful plan for my life. Here we are, 2 years into waiting. 2 long years, while I tried to gather everyone who I wanted to come. And yet some of the people most dear to me are not here. That's okay, God's timing. I was talking to Anilunko a couple months earlier, and he was reminding me, even though it's late, God's timing is perfect. God's timing is beautiful. I see that now. The reason I took part in this act of baptism was so that you all would see that I am a new person. I have been a new person, but I never revealed it to you. So here I am, I'm witnessing. I have just witnessed in the waters of baptism. And I mean to say that I'm finally revealing myself to you. You knew Princy as just Princy before, but this is Princy and Jesus now. God's given me 2 wonderful, godly parents and some wonderful friends, family, extended family, and God's given me this church, and everyone in this church looks at me like a younger brother, younger sister, or older sister, or as your daughter, and I'm so thankful for that. And the rest of you have seen me since I was a baby, since I was an infant, and I thank you for your prayers and your support and your love that you've been showing me over the years. I think it's fitting to say 2 days after Thanksgiving that these are the things I'm most grateful for. And these are the things I've been bringing to God in Thanksgiving for all these blessings and the blessings which I already have. I said before that I tried to define myself by my works, but that didn't define me. And now I have a definition to my life. I have had it. Jesus is the definition for my life. He defines who I am. He has clothed me. When no fig leaves, no good works, nothing else could clothe me. He clothed me. Please continue to pray for me. I know I'm a little short. It's been a little short, but that's how I prepared it, a little short. I ask you to pray for me, as you've been doing so faithfully over the past many years. Pray for me as I run this journey, as I run this race, as Uncle was saying, that I would run it with patience, with courage, and that God would be proud of me. I ask that you would pray for me in my studies and in my college prep, that whatever I do may be in God's will and that I may be in the center of His will at all times. And I ask you to pray that God would make me a warrior and God would shine through me and many people would come to know Him through me. Because it's not me, it's Christ in me. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you so much for coming. It means a lot to me. Praise God.